Hi all, I am Trisha Peach, Dr. Trisha Peach, host of the Kidman.Ninja, and I just wanted to give an update on what was going on in my city. As most of you know, we've had the worst flooding that we've seen in over 50 years. So I've lived here 9 years. I've never seen anything like this, probably anywhere I've lived. But I wanted to thank everybody for praying, and so many of you called and texted and asked how we were doing. We were very, very blessed in that our house is okay. It was not flooded. Our church, it made it to the top of the sandbags, but it did not go over. So we were very blessed in that regard as well. We didn't lose any vehicles. Some people did. They had to evacuate in the middle of the night. They could only take one vehicle, and the vehicles they left behind are wrecked, totally ruined. A lot of people's houses have so much water. I heard of basements full of 6 feet of water, so they're bringing in industrial pumps to pump that back out. The water level has gone down. They've reopened the bridges now, which is great because we can actually get to the other side of town. We have hot water again. We have heat again, which is great because it's going to drop to 29 tonight. Of course, Wisconsin. But thank you for your prayers. It has been just a shock, I think, to a lot of the community. I also want to thank Convoy of Hope was here like that, and they left a ton of materials at our church that we have been able to pass out to flood victims, people in need. Samaritan's Purse is here in town. They are planning days to do major flood cleanup. If it touched your drywall, the flood waters, you have to cut all that out because it's contaminated and black mold, and you can't reuse any of the sandbags. Those are contaminated. So people are needing help with their yards, with their homes. Big thanks to our local hotels because they opened up and just let all of these homeless people in, people whose homes were underwater, and people that went out in kayaks rescuing other people's pets. It's just amazing. I love my city. It's amazing. People were out helping complete strangers. And something I love, they weren't asking if people were a Democrat or a Republican. They were just out helping. There'd be somebody saying, I can't get out of my house. Can somebody help? People are over there in boats, getting them out of their house and trying to help them fix their house or save their pets. So if you're still looking to pray, the 5th Ward was hit the worst. That's not where I live, but the 5th Ward was hit really bad. Some people who have cabins up here have just arrived and have the nightmare of realizing how much water is still in their cabin. I've seen posts about that. That's got to be horrible. So yes, please keep praying for the people of my city in New London. I'm also grateful and want to say a huge thank you to our town's Chamber of Commerce. They have just poured it on, trying to help the people of New London, trying to coordinate all the relief efforts, trying to coordinate things like Convoy of Hope, Samaritan's Purse, Red Cross. I want to thank Red Cross because they were here immediately. They opened a shelter in the middle of the flood when people were being forced to evacuate their homes. They opened up, and that's where people had to go. That Red Cross shelter was all a lot of people had. We were going to bug out to our camper. We didn't have to do that, but I thank you to all of our family and friends that offered to take us in. No questions asked with all of our pets. I thank you so much. It just showed us how much we're loved. Thank you so much. There were so many that called and said, you guys can come here. You can come here and bring your pets. You can come here. Again, we had a little bit of water in our basement, but we get that every spring. We're kind of on a hill. Some people had awful stuff backing up through their toilets in the basement, and it was awful for so many people. but I was blown away by how people have been helping each other. My town is amazing. And I also want to thank every single church in town. I had seen some influencer ripping on how churches don't really help people. They're selfish and just want to get rich. And I commented down below going, I don't know what churches you know, and I'm sure those are out there, but every single church in my town, every single one, they didn't hesitate. They're like, oh, this is what we're for. And they jumped in with food. They were providing meals, clothes, hygiene kits, gift cards, fans, dehumidifiers, mops. And it wasn't just corporations donating all this stuff. There were individuals donating all of this stuff, and the churches coordinating this. It was people helping people, and the churches were right there, giving till it hurt. Our church opened up to take in all supplies and just filled room after room after room, and then was just giving it away to anybody that needed help. So I would say, in my opinion, it's not that churches won't help people. There's probably a couple that will not, but ours here in town have all of them pulled together and jumped in, and all have helped each other and helped the people in need. So we are okay. My husband and I, we kept working. Our kids are working, and our church finally got to reopen. We got to go to church on Sunday. That was so great because, church was closed because nobody could get there except by kayak. And pastor didn't want anybody getting hurt trying to kayak to the church. And we didn't want to remove like the flood tape or the sandbags or anything like that. So we couldn't open for a while, but our church is open, and it's great to be back in church. And we had testimonies on Sunday. And of course, people were crying, talking about what God had done, protected them, protected their families, and the miracles God had done along the way. So yes, the devastation is terrible, and the cleanup is going to take a while. This is not going to be done in a day. But thank you guys for helping, and I'm going to put the city's link down here for donations to help the flood victims. This does not go to me at all. This is the city's donation link so that you can give to people directly affected by the floods that are trying to get their houses back, their cars back. A lot of them didn't have flood insurance. You don't usually need flood insurance in Wisconsin, and so I don't know what's going to happen for those people. So please continue to pray. Thank you guys. I love all of you. I will get back to my normal posting about kids and family ministry. I love you all, but thank you for your prayers. That's what we've been going through here, and we're still plugging away. All right. Love you guys. See you next week on the Kidmin.Ninja. Bye-bye.